Welcome to year 198 of the solar era, where Tokyo has a huge fire problem, and no, we're not talking about bad cooking. People are randomly bursting into flames and turning into raging fire monsters called infernals. It's pure chaos. But thankfully, the special fire force is here to put them down before the city becomes a giant bonfire. Enter Shinra Kusakabe, a hot-headed rookie with the ability to ignite his feet at will, earning him the nickname Devil's Footprints. He joins Company 8, a squad full of flame-wielding badasses, to take on Infernals and uncover the truth behind the fire that killed his family 12 years ago. But when a shady faction starts creating Infernals on purpose, things go from bad to inferno-level worse. A regular train ride turns into a fiery nightmare when a poor soul suddenly combusts, setting an entire train car ablaze. The authorities manage to stop the burning wreck near an empty station, and just as young Shinra Kusakabe gears up to take on the fire monster known as an infernal, the professionals roll in. Special Fire Force Company 8. These guys don't waste a second. Sister Iris starts a prayer while the squad launches a full-force assault. They hit the infernal with a fire extinguishing shell, then the captain finishes the job with a devastating pile bunker attack straight to the core. The creature fights back, but the team's second-gen pyrokinetic easily deflects its flames. With the final prayer spoken, the captain delivers the finishing blow, sending the tormented soul back to the Great Flame. Shinra watches in awe, but before he can process everything, a loose station speaker nearly flattens Iris. Thinking fast, he blasts across the station using fire from his feet and saves her. Impressed, the lieutenant recognizes him, and Shinra proudly announces he's the newest recruit of Fire Force Company 8. His first day on the job is not quite what he expected. Instead of some high-tech base, Company 8 operates out of a rundown cathedral. He's handed a uniform and introduced to Captain Akitaru Obi and Lieutenant Takehisa Hinawa. Right away, they notice something odd. Shinra's profile picture has him grinning like a maniac. He explains that whenever he's nervous or stressed, he can't help but smile. The captain reminds him that teamwork comes first, while the lieutenant not so subtly roasts him for being known as a devil instead of a hero. Luckily, the girls of the squad, Iris and Maki, are a lot friendlier. Iris thanks him for saving her, while Maki respects his dream of becoming a hero. Later, Obi gives him the rundown on spontaneous human combustion. This terrifying phenomenon turns ordinary people into mindless, burning monsters called infernals, and the only way to stop them is by destroying their core. That's where the Fire Force comes in, not just to put these souls to rest, but to find out what's causing this disaster in the first place. That night, alone in his dorm, Shinra reflects on his tragic past. He once promised his mother and little brother Sho that he'd become a hero and protect them. But one day, everything went up in flames. He lost his family, and people blamed him. Stressed and heartbroken, all he could do was smile, earning him the nickname Devil. Just as he's lost in thought, an alarm blares through the cathedral. The team scrambles. Their first mission together. A factory is burning down, and the cause? An infernal who took over the soul of the factory manager's wife. They board their fire truck, the Matchbox, and roll out. Upon arrival, they coordinate with the Fire Defense Agency and charge into the flames. The grieving husband begs them to end his wife's suffering. Inside, the inferno is intense, and it drags Shinra straight back to his worst memory. But Obi snaps him out of it. This isn't just about him. Maki clears a path through the flames, but the infernal retaliates, sending Shinra slamming into a wall. As he struggles to stay conscious, memories of his family's death haunt him. He knows something else was there that day, something far worse than fire. Before he can dwell on it, his squad mates pull him back to reality. With the team working together, they close in. Hinawa distracts the infernal with precise shots, while Maki and Obi get up close. Just when it nearly burns Obi alive, Maki extinguishes the flames, and the captain hammers the monster with his axe. It's Shinra's turn. He may not have been able to save his family, but he can keep his promise to be a hero. With flames bursting from his feet, he soars through the air and delivers a powerful kick, taking down his first infernal. The factory manager, though grieving, thanks them for putting his wife to rest. The captain acknowledges Shinra's efforts and tells him he's taken his first real step toward becoming the hero he always wanted to be. Just another normal day at Special Fire Force Company 8, until a cocky blonde knight wannabe waltzes in, declaring their base his new castle. Enter Arthur Boyle, a self-proclaimed knight armed with a plasma blade he calls Excalibur. Meanwhile, Captain Obi briefs Shinra about the rookie fire games, where both he and Arthur will be representing Company 8. Shinra and Arthur run into each other in the hallway, and let's just say, it's not a heartwarming reunion. These two were rivals at the academy, and their competitive streak hasn't faded one bit. The tension builds, and they decide to settle things like true warriors, a rooftop duel. But before they can even get started, they interrupt Maki and Iris, who are just trying to enjoy their break. Lieutenant Hinawa shows up, completely unfazed by the drama, and orders Maki to spar with the new recruits to gauge their combat skills before the big event. What happens next? Total humiliation. Despite being a second-generation pyrokinetic, Maki is a beast in hand-to-hand combat. She effortlessly wrecks Shinra, knocking him off the roof like it's just another Tuesday. Arthur tries to show off with his Excalibur, but Maki shuts him down just as easily. Realizing that defeating her is literally impossible, both boys tap out and settle for lunch with Captain Obi. Ramen tastes a lot better than getting your pride shattered. Afterward, the team heads to the firing range. Shinra gets to test out the Type 7 firefighting axe, while Arthur insists that his beloved Excalibur is the only weapon he'll ever need. Before they can argue too much, an alarm blares. Another Infernal has appeared in the city. On the way to the mission, Obi hands Shinra the Type 7, but warns him to keep it hidden from civilians. When they arrive, they learn that a young girl's father has turned into an Infernal years after her mother suffered the same fate. Shinra and Arthur immediately brandish their weapons, ignoring Obi's earlier keep it low-key command. Not impressed, Obi pulls them aside and gives them some real talk. Putting Infernals to rest means killing them. Their true job isn't just fighting. It's helping the survivors come to terms with their loss. Inside, they expect a raging monster, but instead find a silent, eerie scene. The infernalized father is just sitting at the kitchen table. Unlike others they've fought, he isn't violent, just a man trapped in flames but seemingly at peace. Arthur volunteers to end his suffering, and with one precise strike of Excalibur, destroys the Infernal's core. But before anyone can breathe easy, the house suddenly bursts into flames again. Obi immediately suspects foul play. Sure enough, outside the house, a mysterious figure lingers, seemingly manipulating the fire. Obi ignores them for now and focuses on the girl, reassuring her that her father fought back against the flames and won. To ease her pain, he hands her a cherished family photo, a reminder of the love that still remains. Back at base, the team settles in for the night, and in a shocking turn of events, Shinra and Arthur, after bickering all day, actually manage to get along in their bunk beds. Maybe, just maybe, this knight and devil duo won't kill each other after all. Deep in some shadowy lab, a mysterious young scientist is busy collecting ashes like they're rare Pokemon cards. As he works, he casually drops some bleak world-building lore. Thanks to the spontaneous human combustion phenomenon, the world is basically a flaming mess. The continents are getting sliced up by distortions in space, and most survivors have crammed into the relatively intact Tokyo Empire, which is split into 8 districts. Holy Soul Temple and Hajime Industries built Amaterasu, the massive thermal energy generator keeping Tokyo running. But none of that matters to his audience, the shady guy from Shinra's last mission, who's more interested in the ashes since they made for excellent Fire Soldier torment material. Meanwhile, over at the Rookie Fire Soldier games, Shinra meets Tamaki Kotatsu, a third-generation pyrokinetic from Company 1, and also gets introduced to the Fire Defense Agency's very extra mascots, Won 9. But before he can process any of this, he spots someone familiar, Captain Burns, a member of the first company and one of the people who helped put out the fire 12 years ago. Wasting no time, Shinra charges right up to him, introducing himself and demanding answers. Burns, not having any of this rookie nonsense, shrugs him off like an annoying fly. Tamaki also steps in, reminding Shinra that maybe he shouldn't be casually interrogating her captain. But Shinra isn't about to let it go that easily. He tries again, only for Burns to hit him with a classic "I don't remember that far back, kid," before telling him to get ready for the competition. The event itself is pretty straightforward. A big building, a fake fire, and a bunch of rookies running in to rescue civilians and take down a dude pretending to be an infernal. Easy enough. But the second the event kicks off, Shinra rockets to the top of the building, ready to speedrun the competition. Instead, he finds every single other rookie already knocked out, and standing in their midst is the real reason he's here. Joker isn't just some random troublemaker. He knows things, and he's got Shinra's full attention when he brings up the fire from 12 years ago. But instead of handing over information like a normal person, Joker threatens to kill the unconscious rookies unless Shinra puts on a good show. With no choice, Shinra launches into a fight, but Joker's got tricks up his sleeve, specifically ashes that explode on command. The guy toys with Shinra, knocking him around like it's a casual sparring match. But Joker is impressed, even while getting tossed around. Shinra still grins like he's having the time of his life. As a reward, Joker drops a bombshell. Shinra's brother, Sho, is still alive. That revelation shakes Shinra to his core. If Joker knows about Sho, what else is the Fire Force hiding? And more importantly, who is hiding it? Joker seizes the moment, offering Shinra a choice. Ditch the hero act, join his side, and learn the truth. But Shinra's not biting. He refuses and tries to arrest Joker instead. Big mistake. Another round of combat ensues, but this time, Shinra goes all out, chaining together a series of blazing aerial kicks that actually force Joker to take him seriously. Just as things get heated, Arthur and Tamaki arrive, except Arthur thinks this is all still part of the competition. Arthur immediately jumps into battle, but fails spectacularly when his Excalibur doesn't even touch Joker. Tamaki follows up, managing to trap Joker in flames, but he shrugs it off and blows them all back with one massive explosion of ash. Before disappearing into the shadows, Joker leaves Shinra with a challenge. If he wants to be a real hero, then prove it. Save everyone. Over at Company 5, their fearless leader, Princess Hibana, catches wind of a possible infernal sighting in Company 8's territory. But instead of letting them handle it like, responsible coworkers, she decides to roll up uninvited and snatch it for herself. Earlier that day at Cathedral 8, Lieutenant Hinoa finishes analyzing Joker's mysterious ashes, and they turn out to be made from infernal remains. While everyone is still processing that unsettling revelation, Shinra and Arthur are roped into the worst mission imaginable: paperwork. Thankfully, Maki swoops in with a lifeline, a call about a dog stuck in a tree. Okay, technically, it's a firefighter's job, but the boys take it as an excuse to escape the mountain of paperwork and bolt. Out in the city, they find Mamoru, the unfortunate dog, perched high up in a tree. Apparently, he got chased up there thanks to the public's growing distrust of the Fire Defense Agency, all because of the Miyamoto case. And speaking of Miyamoto, just as the corrupt criminal is about to walk free, he suddenly bursts into flames, transforming into an infernal that still has his sense of self. First order of business, murdering the judge. Back at base, Company 8 gets word of the situation, but before they can move, Princess Hibana declares that Company 5 is taking over. Meanwhile, Maki is having a quiet breakdown over the fact that she sent Shinra and Arthur off on a tree rescue mission. Hinoa promises a serious punishment when they get back. Meanwhile, the boys reunite with their squad and are ordered to go handle the Infernal. Out in the city, Miyamoto is in full villain monologue mode, ranting about how he's jealous of the Fire Force. But before he can add killing his own lawyer to his list of crimes, Shinra and Arthur crash the scene like action heroes and quickly beat him into submission. Obi and Hanawa arrive to see the unusual self-aware Infernal, but just as things start to calm down, Miyamoto fakes a surrender and makes a run for it. Of course, Shinra isn't about to let that slide and takes off after him alone. Night falls in Akihabara, and Miyamoto is back to terrorizing civilians. Shinra shows up, effortlessly smacks him around again, and when the Infernal tries calling him the devil, Shinra corrects him real quick. He's a hero. Instead of finishing him off, Shinra tries to bring him in alive, but Miyamoto, being the sore loser he is, goes for a sneak attack. It backfires spectacularly when Shinra straight up kicks his arm off. Before Shinra can finish the job, Princess Hibana and Company 5 crash the party. She demands he stand down, but Shinra doesn't take orders from people who attack his friends. So Hibana flexes her ability and shuts him down. Shinra, being Shinra, powers through it, activates his ignition ability, and challenges the entire fifth. Before things erupt into an all-out brawl, Captain Obi and the rest of Company 8 arrive, forcing the two captains into negotiation mode. After some tense back and forth, Obi begrudgingly allows Company 5 to take the Infernal, but only under the condition that they share their findings. Just when things seem settled, Toru Kishuri from Company 5 makes the mistake of calling Obi a talentless nobody. This immediately enrages Shinra and Arthur, but before they can throw hands, Maki beats them to it and sends Kishuri flying with a single punch. Hibana warns Company 8 to stay out of things they don't understand, but Obi delivers a badass response, making it clear that the fire of the 8th won't be extinguished so easily. That's the end of the recap. Let us know if you want part 2 by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to avoid being virgin forever. See you guys in the next video.